Hey everybody, this is Ben back again, and now I'm back for another collection video, in which for today's video I'm going to now show you guys my Pixar DVD collection, in which I don't have all the Pixar films that are released. Well, in terms of like on home media, I don't have them. Some of them I don't have them. I have a majority of them, but I don't have all of them. But maybe someday I might find them. Like maybe at a thrift store, like at like the Salvation Army or Goodwill. I still have yet to check out Goodwill, but hopefully maybe someday maybe I'll get to that, but anyways, let's go ahead and get on with the DVDs here. Of course, we got them all in chronological order, so let's go ahead and get right into this. First up, as we all know, we have Toy Story, the first Toy Story film in the Toy Story film series, and also Pixar's very first film, and also the first computer animated feature, as we all know that. 2 thumbs up, way up for Toy Story by Siskel and Ebert. Yep, this film was very ahead of its time, as we all know that. Revolutionized computer animation, and that's now the main animation format we have today. So anyways, here's the disc, and then we have the Disney Movie Rewards thing. I'm not going to read the features on any of these DVDs just because I have a lot and I want to save some time, and also some of them are kind of a mouthful, so I'm not, and even the littlest features, like some of them, I'm just not going to really bother reading them. I'm just going to only just show you the covers, the discs, and also read the critic reviews and stuff. So anyways, next up is A Bug's Life. This is from 1998, the film is, and Toy Story is from 1995. People magazine calls this film will delight young, old, or six-legged. Here's the 2 discs right here, disc 1 with the movie, disc 2 with the features. Then we have the Disney Movie Rewards thing. This is a later release because it has the rewards thing, and then also there's the chapter guide and other stuff behind it. Here's Toy Story 2 from 1999. I do have the original 2000 DVD release of this film, plus also Toy Story. I have the original 2000 DVD release of Toy Story, plus which are both in the 2-pack, plus I also have the 2001 DVD version of this. But I'm not going to show those, I'm just going to only show these 2010 versions. So, but anyways, there's a critic review here that says, "The toys are back with even more hilarious vengeance," by Dennis Thompson of the Washington Post. Here's the disc, and then we have the Disney Movie Awards thing for Toy Story 3. Of course, both of these have expired a long time ago, and then the other stuff behind it. Here's Monsters, Inc. This is from 2001. An instant classic by Joel Siegel, Good Morning America. Smart, inventive, and executed with state-of-the-art finesse by David Anson of Newsweek. And Monsters, Inc. is visually dazzling, action-packed, and hilarious by Boston Herald. So there's the 2 discs right there. Finding Nemo, which is from 2003, one of the year's best films by Joel Siegel, Good Morning America, and then Larry Moulton, a Hot Ticket, calls this unlike any movie you've ever seen. You could be 5 or 95, you'll enjoy this film. Sorry if I keep getting my toe in the shot, but it's hard to do this while it's being crammed in here, but not a big deal. Here's The Incredibles, which is from 2004. The year's wittiest, zippiest adventure, with each knockout action sequence eclipsing the last, by Richard Corliss of Time. And Peter Travers of Rolling Stone says this is James Bond, Indiana Jones, and the X-Men all roll into one. Disc 1 with the movie, disc 2 with the features, and then the chapter guide for it. Cars, which came out in 2006. An instant classic by Richard Corliss of Time. 2 thumbs up by Ebert and Roper. So there's the disc. It's just a 1-disc release. I think beginning with this film, with the exception of the earlier Pixar films that were released in the early 2000s on DVD and video, This was the first one since then to just be given only 1 disc and not 2 discs. Next is Ratatouille from 2007. Unique and Unmissable by Peter Charles and Rolling Stone. And Entertainment Tonight, Leonard Malta of Entertainment Tonight says this film is terrific movie making. So that's that. Now, I do have WallE on DVD, which I did try looking for because I stashed it in the closet where, you know, I put my DVDs in, plus where I decorated my office and all that stuff. I did put it in there, and I did look in every single row, and I tried to identify which one's which, because I remember, because the bottom, it's easy to identify because it has the title underneath, plus Disney, Pixar, and all that. Like, it says it on the bottom of the case. I tried looking for it in there, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna have to skip that one and go on to this one here, which is Up, which is from 2009, and WallE is from 2008. 4 stars, a wonderful film by Roger Ebert of Chicago Sun-Times. And then, so yeah, that's that. The only 2 features that are on here are just the Doug Special Mission and Partly Cloudy shorts. There's no, like, making of or deleted scenes or anything like that. But anyways, next up we have Toy Story 3. This is from 2010, an instant classic by Richard Corliss of Time. And so that's all there is to say about this one. Cars 2 from 2011. Oops. And Peter Charles of Rolling Stone says this is even better than before. This film was also known to be the first Pixar film and the first and only Pixar film to date that didn't get good reviews or great reviews. This is the first one that, financial wise, it's good, but critically and even audience, it's like not that great. But this film, it's still pretty entertaining if you're a Cars fan. So here's Monsters University. Hilarious and Heartwarming by Chris Nashawati of Entertainment Weekly. I saw this in the movie theaters back when this came out in 2013. I haven't watched it since then, but so maybe, I don't know if I'll rewatch it someday, but who knows. I only saw it once. I didn't see it more than once, but here is Inside Out, one of the best movies of the year by Richard Rober of Chicago Sun-Times. A definite must-see for the whole family by Justin Craig of Fox News, and Chicago Sun-Times says this is an instant classic. Richard Rober of Chicago Sun-Times calls this an instant classic, and then Rolling Stone calls this a flat-out masterpiece. Okay, that's one of 2 Pixar films that came out in 2015, because the other one I have here is The Good Dinosaur. Another Pixar gem that triumphs by Scott Manson of Access Hollywood. Fun, funny, and epically adventurous by Marcus Allen of CBS. This film was also known to be Pixar's first film that, even though critically it did good, box office wise it didn't do so good. All the other ones were really successful, and then even after this film were both really successful as well. So that's Good Dinosaur for you. Cars 3, a pure Pixar delight by Sean Mulvihill of FanboyNation.com. Oh, one thing I want to get out of the way really quick is that in between Cars 2 and Monsters University was the movie Brave, which came out in 2012. I do not have that one, so, but maybe someday if I go to the Salvation Army or at a Goodwill, I might find it. So sorry if I didn't get to mention that earlier. The Perfect Family Film by Scott Manzel of We Live Entertainment. The rest of all these are just 1 disc, so, you know, there's nothing, you know. Here's Incredibles 2. It Really Is Incredible by Peter Charles of Rolling Stone and Worth the Wait by US Weekly. Toy Story 4, which came out in 2019. Incredibles 2 is from 2018. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but 4 stars by Richard Rober, Chicago Sun-Times, and Kenneth Turan of Los Angeles Times says Toy Story 4 will blow you away. Yep. I have not seen this one. The first 3 I have seen. This one I haven't seen, so I'm not going to say anything about it. Afterward, I'll talk about like the Pixar movies that I have seen and then what ones I haven't seen. So next up is Turning Red. I do not have Onward, Soul, or Luca on DVD, so I have this one. We're jumping ahead to 3 movies later. At the bottom of here, it contains a warning that says like some flashing light scenes in the film may affect photosensitive viewers. I don't think there are any scenes in this film that might be prone to epilepsy for some people. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, so I can't say too much. I mean, it is a good film, but I don't want to, like, you know. Alright, I don't have Lightyear on DVD, so we're going to skip ahead to Elemental right here, which came out back in 2023. Burns Bright with Pixar's signature blend of vibrant revolutionary animation by Luke Hearfield of Awards Watch. This too I've seen in theaters as well. I saw this back when it came out back in the summer of 23. And it's a very good film, definitely. And then finally, last but not least, we have Inside Out 2, which came out last year in 2024. Absolute Perfection, hilarious by Jazz Tangke of Variety. And that's the disc, what it looks like there, and then the recyclable symbol there. Okay, so that is it for my Pixar DVD collection video, and like I said, I do hope to find Brave, Brave, Coco. I forgot to mention Coco, like in between Cars 2 and Cars 3 and Incredibles 2, that is, came Coco. I do not have that one, but hopefully someday I'll find that. So Brave, Coco, Onward, Soul, Luca, and Lightyear I don't have, but hopefully someday I'll find them. Or, well, if I want to, but hopefully someday I will, so I can try to complete the Pixar collection, at least for now. And then, as for the Pixar films, how many have I seen? I've seen Toy Story 1 and 2, A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Cars 1 and 2, well, bits of the second one plus the third one. Ratatouille, I've seen WallE, Up, Toy Story 3. Brave, I haven't seen. Monsters University, I have seen. Inside Out, I have seen. Good Dinosaur, I have not seen. I forgot to mention I also do have another Pixar film that I completely forgot. I completely forgot about by the time I started recording this. Is the Blu-ray of Finding Dory. I do have that one, but I think I'm probably going to leave it out just because, I mean, I know it comes with a DVD, but I have that on Blu-ray. So I'm probably maybe not going to count it but maybe someday I might maybe include it in a future video or so. But anyways, and then Onward, Soul, Luca, I haven't seen. Good Dinosaur, I haven't seen. I'm kind of going out of order of the ones I've seen. I know it's like this already the second half. I don't want to waste too much time here, but those films I haven't seen. Lightyear I haven't seen, and Turning Red I've seen bits and pieces of. Elemental I've seen. Inside Out 2 I haven't seen, and I think that's really about it. Can't really think of anything else. I think that's all of them. I don't know if it really is, but of course, speaking of Pixar, their next film, which is Elio, I don't know how you say the last name, that's coming out next month. I'm probably not gonna see it. I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm just probably not gonna see it just because I want to stick with just do my own thing, just stick with that, and I'm not really technically interested in it per se. I'm probably might not get it when it comes out on home media later this year, but who knows? I mean, it could change, but I mean, I don't right now, and probably moving forward, I don't really plan to, but maybe someday, maybe if it begins to go out of print or something, like, you know, in the next few years, because of, you know, how much, like, you know, the DVDs, like, what are available in stores these days, but who knows. So anyways, I just wanted to get that little part out of the way, and I will be back again for another video sometime, like, probably, well, see, today's Wednesday, so probably later this week I might maybe do another video, but either way, that's it for today's video, and I'll see you again later in the week. And really quickly before I end the video, while I was putting away my DVDs, look what I found. I found WallE. I didn't know where this was. I thought this was like maybe somewhere in the back of like these DVDs there. I thought they were like in there or something, but turns out it isn't. So that's pretty nice. So anyways, that's what it looks like there. So I just wanted to get that little part out of the way, because while I was putting it back, I didn't really realize it was there the whole time. So yeah, but anyways, that is it for today's video. Like I said, and I'll see you again soon.